I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push a mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss. See, I got my mind on the facts. I'm a python, grab what I like real fast. Choke until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see, matter of fact.
Well. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back once again on another live stream on My Hero Academia. Now, I just realized, not that I always knew, but it's just that due to the fact that My Hero Academia has always given us 25 episodes from the very first season up until the 7th season. The difference this time is that My Hero Academia only has 12 episodes this season. So let's just say that I've been spoiled with 25 episodes, but this is the final arc, the final season. It only holds 12 episodes. So this is about to be the end of My Hero Academia, ladies and gentlemen. It only has 12 episodes. So we only have a couple of more episodes left to go. And now we are in Todoroki's prologue or family situation once again. I'm looking forward to see how this is going to go. Hopefully it's not going to be boring. Is Dabi still alive? I think he is still alive. And how would the next couple of episodes entertain the audience well enough to continue watching, because the villain has been defeated. All for One, Shigaraki, they've been defeated. So who is going to be, how entertaining will this couple of episodes be? That question, I don't really know. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's check out the 9th episode on the final season on My Hero Academia and see what took place. Let's get it. And quickly to go through the chat. What's up, guys, in the chat? Thanks for your participation there. I did do a poll. What do you guys think on my Deku's quirk? Is he gonna lose his quirk finally, or is he going to keep it at the end of this series? Let me know. Yeah, this show has been a monument, or part of the one of the famous animes out there, man. It's about to come to a conclusion. Yep, it's about to come to a conclusion, and I'm gonna miss it. I'm not sure about you, but it will be missed. It's actually one of those situations where while the show is going on, while All for One is doing his evil and everything, you kind of want him to be stopped. But once he's stopped, or once the main villain has been defeated, you kind of go like, okay, who is going to be the next antagonist? Right? Who is going to be the next bad guy? So this is it, ladies and gentlemen. So enjoy it right now as much as you can, because after these couple of episodes, that's it. So let's support the anime, let's support the episodes. Even though I'm not sure how things are going to go, still, based on the fact that this genre has given us its absolute best throughout the season, let's support the last couple of episodes and enjoy it and just make the best out of it. Whether if it is boring or not, hopefully it's not boring. Hopefully it's not. They're all on the rebuilding state at this point. And I'm also glad they are showing how they started to rebuild the city and everything using quirk and everything. One thing you can say that this battle, this war, has taken its toll on everybody. You better get the rest you need, buddy. Man, Bakugo has come a long way, man. Bakugo has come a long way. I'm so glad that in the end he was very, very much part of the defeating of One for All and Shigaraki as well. Everybody is licking their wounds at this point. It's actually interesting that All Might made it after all of this. All for One was going to give him a fatality at one point. You guys remember that, right? He was gonna yank All Might into two in front of the whole nation. So this is the end of Shigaraki. He transferred it. So does Deku? This guy got up. He just had to go see Deku, don't he? It's actually a surprise that he got up. He was pretty. Yeah, look at him. He looks like a mummy or something. See, he said that Midoriya is quirkless. Doesn't that mean that Bakugo is stronger than him now? Why is he crying? I guess maybe he feels sorry for Midoriya, or maybe he feels like his rival has literally been demoted of power at this point. You see? You see? Yeah, that's why he's crying. It's kind of, when Vegeta sees Goku depowered or something, he's not gonna like it because Vegeta's purpose thus far is to be his absolute best, follow his own path, and at the same time making sure that Goku doesn't go too far. And that rival kept both of them chasing their dreams and motivating each other. So at this point, I can totally understand. It makes sense what Bakugo is feeling at this point. But Midoriya still has the Ember. I'm not sure how um, effective it will be on a battlefield, but and let's not forget Todoroki. Todoroki is still pretty strong. Is he now stronger than Deku? Graduation ceremony. It's party time. It's actually surprising that this many students made it alive after all the destruction and everything. If you pay attention, you can see that some of the characters, their faces are still scratched. They still have the wounds, right? I like the fact, like the detailing of that. They still have, some of them still has their battle scars on their face. Mr. Azawa got a lot of scratches on his face, man. Indeed, this battle has taken a toll on everybody. Why is he leaving? Oh, okay, so he's leaving based on, I guess, some principle or some type of um, righteous ideology. Oh, I guess this is she is from the class above this one. I kind of dig this new look on Deku. What do you guys think? This new look on him kind of shaved his hair under and the battle scar on his face. I think now the focus on this episode finally starts. Wow, look at him. He- Look at that cow. Look at that crowd. He's still alive, yo. Man, it was really hard seeing what was going on between this during the final moments. Todoroki and Dabi and the whole family coming just to make sure that this guy doesn't blow up the city or something. Whoa. He looks totally messed up, man. He actually responded to his baby brother and he apologized. Man, the broken of this family, man. Now the other brother is going to get married. He doesn't want any of his family member involved, and they're not gonna see him again. I think they do have a chance. The family does have a chance, but it's gonna take a while. It's going to take a while for this family to. There's been a lot of turmoil done. But then again, you gotta admit that Endeavor did cause a lot of. He did some crazy stuff during his prime time. Hulk. Why does this feel like the final episode for some reason? Am I wrong for saying that? This episode felt like it's the final episode. When we have three more episodes coming. Let me know on the chat, guys, if you guys felt somehow, some way, this episode felt like the final ending of the episode. That's just the feeling I got. But like I said, you gotta understand. I mean, Endeavor did some crazy stuff to his family. You know, he did some crazy stuff. The girl who loves smiles. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's quickly go over this episode real quick. Let me do. You can stick around and let's do some reviews from some breakdowns and everything else that happened. Half of this episode focused heavily on the reconstruction, a reuniting of the students with their parents, with their loved ones, and pretty much, the heroes licking their wounds because major of them were heavily injured, and the top heroes were definitely injured and couldn't move. Just as we see Bakugo with his parents, Midoriya with All Might, and like I said, I'm surprised that All Might made it this far because that vision, okay, the vision of All for One about to give him some type of a devastating fatality, just yank him into two. That I have not forgotten that scene due to the fact that I've seen a lot of Mortal Kombat fatality from even back in the day, you know, from Sega Genesis and all of that stuff. So the vision still haven't gone away. Um, right here we see Bakugo speaking with Midoriya, and it turns out that Midoriya only has an ember of one for all remains inside him. So I'm not sure how that's gonna regulate when he's fighting. I guess on the next episode we're gonna see it, which I'm gonna get to during the preview because we see Midoriya in his battle uniform. And right here we see a genuine interaction between not just, you know, um, friends, but at the same time, colleagues, at the same time, rivals, having a depth discussion, like a true, genuine discussion. Bakugo noticed what happened to Midoriya, understanding that Midoriya is no longer the firepower or that he used to be. Midoriya's quirk has left him. The only thing that remains is the ember inside him. I'm not sure towards the ending of this season, the final season, if somehow, someway Midoriya is going to regain it out of some miraculous situation. Like I said on the chat, I will take a look at the pool and see what you guys think, if Midoriya should regain his quirk or if he should lose it. If he loses it, that means Bakugo is the strongest at this point, because Bakugo is stronger than Todoroki. And we can say now that at this very point that I'm making this video, I'm doing this review and discussion, Bakugo and Todoroki are right now the firepower, right now, the powerhouse. Midoriya with his ember can't really take them on at this point based on the fact that he's been depowered. I'm not sure how you guys feel about that because Deku is the main protagonist. So in a situation where the main protagonist is depowered so much, then he, you know, is depowered so much that his rivals are stronger than him, kind of puts you in an awkward way, especially knowing the fact that this is the end of the whole entire genre of My Hero Academia. So let me know what you guys think about that, how you feel. Do you guys want Deku to regain his power, or do you guys want it to just stay the way it is, have him work with the ember he got, you know? So Bakugo understands what is going on and was disappointed because surpassing Midoriya has been his purpose this whole time. It was what kept pushing him, and now he figures out that with Midoriya depowered so much, what is he going to do next? How can he be able to continue to push himself to be better? Because surpassing Midoriya has always been the pinnacle point, the pinpoint of his desire to get better. Both of them absolutely pushed each other to this point. So he felt some way left out. But kudos to, these two kids remaining friends all the way from childhood up until now. And moving on, I want to read the subtitles here to see if there's anything else that stood out from this interaction. Okay, so that pretty much ended that interaction. Thanks to All Might. Like I said, I'm still surprised that All Might made it to this far because during the time he was at his lowest point, at his weakest point, at his demising point, his spirit or his cloak started showing where the century of all the previous One for All users were. His cloak was starting to show, which means he's dying. His spirit is about to return to the century. That was a very touching moment. And as the situation continued on this episode, the graduation party, the heroes and everybody involved still has their wounds. Everybody is happy, all that stuff. But fast forwarding it, the episode actually kicked off. Finally kicked off with Todoroki going back to his family and then went to go visit their family member, Dabi. And this is just showcasing the family is trying to rebuild the scarred part of their family. They went to see their brother, father, mother, brother, sister, went to go see their older brother. And at this point, you kind of realize that after everything that has happened, after everything that has gone on with this family, they are still somewhat together. You gotta, and also we have to understand that Endeavor did some crazy stuff, man. This man, due to the fact that his rival was All Might, he made sure that if he doesn't surpass All Might, God damn it, his sons better be the next number one hero. If he doesn't get it, he's gonna make sure that his offsprings are going to be top notch, And due to that fire, due to that fury, he inflicted a lot of trauma in his sons. And although he made them better, although he made them strong, it made them super strong to the point that Dabi became a villain. And Todoroki, if care wasn't taken, was going to be a villain. Like he was at one point, in a turmoil situation. And we kind of see how Dabi now looks, how messed up he looked at this point due to his flame. And indeed, Dabi's flame burns harder than Endeavor. His flame is way more stronger than his father. And you could say that that's the father achieving his goal, to make sure that his future is secured, that his sons are going to be stronger than him. And in this situation, he actually achieved his goal. But then again, the backlash of that is the fact that his kids has been scarred so much that it's going to take a while to rebuild it. And he understood that he has messed up big time. He's trying to, at this point, do the best he can to atone for everything that he has done. And, he accepted, his shortcomings. And, but at the same time, you can see, even though that he accepted that he did wrong, deep down, you can still sense that he's proud of himself. He's proud of somehow, some way, how he motivated his sons to be better people or to be stronger than him. At some sense, when he's talking, you can see that he understood he messed up. But at the same time, somewhere, you can still sense that he is proud somewhat for seeing how far his sons have come, even though that it is now in the cost of the turmoil that has raised up in his family between his children. But yeah, man, it was just his burn and his desire to surpass all might. He inflicted that on his sons, and he accepted his wrongdoings. And if they're gonna hate him for the rest of their lives, he will accept it. But he would wish that they themselves will overcome the turmoil that has besieged them and be, to be able to be better people, better than him, pretty much. And that's where he finally said, if you hate me, go on and tell me again and again. He is truly, truly asking for forgiveness. And at the same time, if he will not get that forgiveness, he will accept it. At this point, he's in place of atoning. But then again, how can the son continue to hate his father? And that's the tear that we see coming out of Toya, Dabi, that is. You can see that the hate in his heart, at the same time, he still have love and admiration for his father, because his father, as much as he messed up, at the same time, that's his blood, that's his father. Sons should be, and again, this is, what I'm trying to figure out, that sons with their father, the relationship they have with their father is very special. It's very, very special, because to really understand truly who you are, you have to know your father. And I apologize for some of you guys that may not have been opportune to get to know your father in an intimate way, like in an intimate level, in a deep, intimate level. Pause. No homo, but like, you guys understand what I'm trying to say. In a deep level, so much so that even if your father is no longer around, you know enough about him, and you continue to see himself through you as you grow older, as you get older. So for some of you guys who didn't have the opportunity to get to know your father, I hope that some of you will make a man out of you, that you will get better, because in this situation, you get to see that even though Dabi hated or still hates his father, at the same time, that's his father. Even though he messed up, even though he caused a lot of messed up situation, messed up emotions and everything, he still cherish his family. He still loves his father, whether we like it or not. The same thing goes for Todoroki. The same thing goes for the other boy and the sister and the wife. They are family. And I hope at the end of this turmoil will be resolved somehow, some way. And the sister says, there is so much I would like to talk to you about. The people that kept Dabi in check. This says that he has reached his limit. At this point, everybody has to go. He needs to sleep. He has reached. And Todoroki asks Toya, what's your favorite food? So it seems like Toya's strength is not at its full capacity. He needs machine to even have the ability to speak for, a minute or two. And while Todoroki walked away, he responded and gave him the name of his favorite food. And as you can see, he's still understanding that, man, these are my family. At the end of the day, we're blood. It's gonna take a bit. I'm not sure towards the ending of this final season if we will see Toya once again, if we're going to see him in a better shape, in better situation. And he apologized to his baby brother for causing such a ruckus, for causing such a ruckus. And remember, while the enemy had him working for them, or had him doing what he was doing, when the father thought, when the family thought that he's dead, he's been watching his father this whole time. He's been standing at bay in shadows, watching everything his father has done, watching his baby brother come up. I'm talking about Todoroki, watching Todoroki up until now. So for him to finally shows himself against his father, against his baby brother, being defeated and now having some type of a turmoil to change to be better. He also has to pay for what he has done as well. The other brother says that he's going away. He's going to ask his girlfriend to marry him, and he doesn't want any of his family involved. You see, at this point, Endeavor is no longer fighting his children at this point. He is no longer, because the son says, this is it for me. I still feel the same. Okay. I still feel the same. I will ask my girlfriend to marry me. There won't be a wedding, and okay. And Endeavor accepted. Got it. I'm sorry. It's really nice how the sister is slowly looking like the mother as she gets older. I think there is hope. There is hope for this family. And the son says, this is the first time I have ever thought you were cool. So there is still hope for this family. I'm not sure how far they're gonna take it, because it looks like things are kind of gearing up in a way. I'm not sure if we're going to see this family back like this, because we only got 3 episodes left, which I don't know what they're going to be about. But the preview kind of states that the heroes will continue doing their little hero work, stopping small villains and, rescuing missions and all of this stuff. So, yeah. But Endeavor did put his family through horrible situations. So, and then we go to the preview. Okay. Yeah, looks like on the next episode, the reconstruction is going to continue to go on. And the title of this episode says The Girl Who Loves Smiles. Um, Deku and what's his name? Uraraki. I hope I pronounced that correctly. They are not official at this point, because there's always been a tease, and we kind of know that their relationship is going to blossom, it's going to develop, right? But it hasn't been official. It will be a good thing to see Deku and I just want to make sure that I'm not pronouncing that name wrong. Let me make sure. Um, yeah, Uraraka or Kocha or Kochako. I'm hoping that at the end of this final season, that their relationship or their friendship will develop, because it's been a long time coming, right? It's been a long time coming. There's been this tease, if she's official Deku's girlfriend or his fiance or whatnot. I think that would be nice, because if we remember Naruto, towards the end of Naruto, that is, you can see that um, Naruto and Hinata's relationship ended up developing, going somewhere, that is. I would like to see if that same situation will apply with Deku and Uraraka, to see how far their relationship is going to get. Because at this point, Deku is like what? 17 at this point, 20, 17, almost in his late teens at this point. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, let me go to chat, see what you guys are up to over there. So, 62% of you guys want him to lose it permanently, that it will be a good way to end this final season. Okay. 38% of you guys wanted him to keep his quirk. All right. Yep, Deku only has Amber left at this point. Um, so that means Bakugo is the strongest at this point. Can that be said? That Bakugo is now stronger than Deku, stronger than Todoroki? I guess you could say that. And I would say that's quite an interesting concept. Seeing that Bakugo is now has surpassed Deku and Todoroki. He's now the number one, next in line to probably be the next number one hero. So unless if Deku somehow evolves again, which is probably not going to happen, because this is the final season and we only have 3 episodes left. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me on this live stream. Like while I'm doing the monologue, while I'm doing the dialogue and doing my review, if you want your chat to be read out, although I go through them, like I kind of skim through them, but if you do want it to stand out, use super chat and show your comment. There's nothing wrong with it. That's totally fine. That way you're supporting the channel, you're letting your statement stand out, because while I'm doing this review, comments are coming in, and when I skim through them, somehow I may not read your comment. But if you want it to stand out, if you want me to read it and give it a good definitive review, use super chat so that it will stand out. Ain't nothing wrong with it, because once I skim through them, sometimes I may not read it the way I would think I would read it if it was highlighted in terms of super chat. Yeah, Wizdes said Izuku Midoriya, also known as Deku, lifted a pickup truck during his training, showcasing his superhuman strength. Yeah, I mean, having superhuman strength can go different ways. Even though he has superhuman strength, that does not mean that in a battle, that superhuman strength will be, it just depends at this point. Having superhuman strength is fine. Bakugo has superhuman strength. I'm sure Todoroki has superhuman strength. To a level. But then again, having superhuman strength doesn't mean that you're going to win in a battle. Because winning a battle consists of a lot of things. Being as quick as possible, being able to get to your opponent and land hits without being hit. If you cannot catch your opponent, even if you may have superhuman strength, it won't really serve you much, because the mechanics of battle, kind of entails a lot. And I would say that most of these heroes at this point has some type of superhuman strength ability. The way Deku is, if he is to compare and fight Bakugo right now, let's just say they've healed their injury, right? Their injury has been healed. They are now at 100%. With the power level or the quirk level Deku has right now, he will not defeat Bakugo at this point. He will not defeat Todoroki. He might not even defeat the weakest hero at this point if that hero has some speed in him. So that's my take on it. On that note, guys, thanks for coming in. Be sure to check out the next live stream tomorrow. One Punch Man season 3. I believe the next episode will be episode 8. And hopefully the fight Garo versus Orochi will finally continue on where it left off. And I do have much to say on the next episode, depending on how they're going to make it, because it is only 12 episodes. So hopefully they don't mess it up. All right. See you in the next video.